Shall we start?
Yes, sir. It is already 68 now.
68, no?
Yes.
Let us start, I think.
Yes, sir.
Kaushal sir, ready?
Yes, sir.
Kaushal sir, ready?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good evening to all of you. Today we have in continuation of in-house training. We have with us Mr. Kaushal Kumar, PGT Mathematics, and he is going to discuss mathematics for a better life. As you know that mathematics is a very important subject, as well as mathematics needed everywhere, each and every field of the life. Because mathematics is own language, but other subjects require mathematics. Without mathematics, life is impossible, I can say. Everywhere, the music to I think the market, everywhere mathematics is there. So how mathematics will create a better life, that is going to discuss by question only, very interesting topic. Or maybe you can finally enjoy this also, because mathematics is a very fascinating subject. You will enjoy. Sitting and in the market you can go, even in music also. Even I think each and every field mathematics is needed. So we are eager to listen from the question. So sir, please start. All the best now.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you, sir. Both the Vice Principal ma'am and my dear teachers. Today, I will give you all for the in-house training on the topic mathematics for a better life. Yes, we are here correctly. I am talking about mathematics, which will make and how it will make our life better one. That I'm going to discuss that topic in next 1 hour. I know many of us do not find it is as a subject. We find it as a one of the most complicated one, which has made their life and study to a certain extent. It's not a better things to learn. I will use some videos and slides along with some facts to suggest that mathematics is always there with us. Is always with us whenever we go to somewhere, whether we go to the shopping mall, whether we go to the purchase of anything, or even in our daily life. We use mathematics directly or indirectly. It is going to affect our day-to-day activity whenever we are associated with the mathematics or with any other field of our activity. Now, starting with the very first one. When we wake up in the morning and we started to rush to the school, we immediately started to make multiple types of calculations. Then what is the time left to reach the school? What is the distance? We started to make the different combinations regarding the speed, distance, time, and we do all the number of calculation just to reach the school and time and to avoid that big red mark in our attendance list. Not even that, when we come out for the different day-to-day activity, like we go to the shopping mall or whether we go to the vegetable market and we ask the vendor, भैया भिंडी कैसे दिए? It is like 25 रुपए kilo. We started to make a calculation, see what will the cost of half a kg of that. There is again we come with the encounter with the mathematics. So it is mathematics is the subject which is not associated only with the calculation. It is a subject which is associated with the multiple things. Even it is associated with the music, arts, and even in the other field also. So, for example, as we know that there is a festival season around the corner, and we are in our day-to-day activity, we are going for one type of other type of purchasing in the market. And if you go to a shopping mall and it has two outlets, outlet A is giving a 80% discount, and outlet B is giving 50% plus 50% discount. So that means the outlet B is giving the good free of cost. Whether they are giving at 100% discount? No. There comes the role of mathematics. At that time, we have to select wisely which is a better option. Whether we go with the 80% or we go with the 50 plus 50%. And that time, the role of mathematics plays an important role. Right also. Now, we have to calculate, we have to be very calculative in other thing also. Even if you are attending this particular meeting, we have already made multiple types of calculations. What will we do after completing this meeting, and what are the other things will take, how much time will it take to complete those things. Now, associated with mathematics, we also calculate the time just to manage and make our life easy on the other platform. I have divided my presentation on the small steps along with some videos and slides which will help you to understand that mathematics is important for us, and the mathematics will make our life a better place. And what if there is no mathematics? These all the points are I'm going to discuss in next 1 hour. Now, first is a story of mathematics. Now, mathematics is a difficult subject for us. Some of them us find it very difficult to understand. That we have to find out the story of mathematics. What is and where is the origin of mathematics take place? It is believed that mathematics was always there. It has originated along with the birth of human civilization. But whenever we talk about the human civilization, the story of mathematics is left behind. We do not discuss how the important role of mathematics play in the growth and the upliftment of a human civilization. For that, even for example, the mathematics was always there with us. Even the archaeologist has found out the evidence that in some places they have found out the bones and the mud pad which has the patches of lines written over it. And it is expected, yeah, it is believed that those lines are made for the calculation purposes. Definitely, they were using the one way or other to count or to calculate some numerical calculations. Even in the revolution, even in the era of Mesopotamia, it was believed that a person was looking out three boards at the same time. He found out that he is having a three apple in his hand. Immediately he recognized there must be similarities between the both three boards and the three apples. And there the digit 3 appears. It was born at that time. Likewise, the other thing also takes place is position. And what was the next step? We cannot have the infinite number of digits. There must be some way to control that. For example, we cannot have, if you want to calculate count the number of people in a village, you cannot just go unless infinitely counting those numbers. There must be had some number, some way, and there the method of adding two numbers count. That when the two digits are added, we get a number. At the same time, in the world, there are multiple civilizations who were using a different format of the numbers or adding the two digits. The most important was the Roman system. In Roman system, they were using set of seven numbers. These are the set of seven digits which they are using to calculate or to add, which gives them an option to get an infinite number of digits, infinite numbers. They are adding these seven combinations, but they have the problem. Suppose that if they want to add 18 and 18 in Roman is written as x b 111 and 2s 11, they get 20. They were writing in the form of x and x. But the problem was there that they do not have a number called 0. There was no 0. At the same time, the Chinese were also using the different concept of adding the numbers. They were using they do not have the concept of 0. After many centuries, it was India who had given the concept of 0. There was certain resolution to that, but it was along with the 0, there was other the contribution of India was the concept of infinity that makes many things possible around us. For that, I would like to share a small video where the contribution of India was towards the world of mathematics, or you can say the mathematics which is considered to be as a language of universe. Whichever your country belongs, the numbers and the system of numbers remain the same. Let's see what is the contribution of India towards the origin of the number system. मानवता और गणित दोनों का विकास बिल्कुल साथ साथ है और दोनों एक दूसरे में ऐसे जुड़ गए हैं कि आप उन्हें अलग नहीं कर सकते। लेकिन जब भी मानव के विकास की कहानी सुनाई जाती है, गणित की कहानी छूट जाती है। आज उसी गणित की कहानी पीठ पर दुनिया का सारा विज्ञान टिका है। विज्ञान ही नहीं, कलाएं भी इसी गणित पर टिकी है। ये जो आप सुन रहे हैं, ये है 16 यानी मात्राओं वाला 3 ताल। एक ज्यादा या एक कम इस संगीत से शोर बदल जाएगा। महान यूनानी गणितज्ञ पाइथागोरस ने संगीत और गणित का रिश्ता ईसा मसीह की पैदाइश से कई सौ साल पहले खोज लिया था। स्थापत्य कला, चित्रकला, मूर्ति कला सब गणित के नियमों से चलते हैं। आकार और अनुपात को समझे बिना किसी तरह की कोई रचना संभव नहीं। वैज्ञानिक बताते हैं कि कौवे से लेकर चिंपांजी तक कई जीव जंतु 5 से 7 तक गिन सकते हैं। इंसान ने पहले कहाँ और कब गिनना शुरू किया ये कोई नहीं जानता, लेकिन सबसे पहले लिखने और अंकों को अंकित करने के प्रमाण आज के इराक, जिसे तब बेबीलोनिया कहा जाता था, वहां और मिस्र में मिलते हैं, जहां लोग अंकों को मिट्टी की पट्टी या भोजपत्र जैसे पत्तों पर लिखते थे। इस धरती पर इंसान की बनाई हुई सबसे पुरानी चीजों में से एक है मिस्र के पिरामिड। अब से तकरीबन 5000 साल पहले बने पिरामिड इस बात का अंदाजा देते हैं कि ज्यामिति या जियोमेट्री का विकास काफी पहले शुरू हो गया था। जाने माने गणितज्ञ मार्कस सोते समझाते हैं कि ज्यामिति के ज्ञान के बिना पिरामिड जैसे स्ट्रक्चर नहीं बन सकते। For me, the most impressive thing about the pyramids is the mathematical brilliance that went into making them. मेरी नजर में पिरामिड की सबसे खास बात उसे बनाए जाने में गणित का अद्भुत इस्तेमाल है। ये प्राचीन यूनानी गणित पाइथागोरस के फॉर्मूले का व्यवहारिक रूप है। प्राचीन मिस्र में एक परफेक्ट समकोण या राइट एंगल बनाने के लिए बराबर दूरी पर गांठ लगी रस्सी का इस्तेमाल नापने के लिए किया जाता था। इसका फॉर्मूला था पहली भुजा 3 गांठ लंबी, दूसरी 4 गांठ लंबी और तीसरी 5 गांठ लंबी। 5000 साल पहले पत्थर, रस्सी लोगों की मेहनत और गणित के जादू से बने चमत्कारी पिरामिड। मिस्र से करीब 7000 किलोमीटर दूर गणित की कहानी का अगला पड़ाव ग्रेट वॉल ऑफ चाइना। हजारों किलोमीटर लंबी दीवार जो सदियों तक बंद थी। चीन की दीवार का पहला पत्थर अब से कोई 2500 साल पहले रखा गया होगा। ऊंची नीची जमीन पर सुरक्षा के लिहाज से मजबूत दीवार
an elevation, and a mountain material. दीवार बनाने के लिए उतार चढ़ाव का एंगल, और उसमें लगने वाले सामान की मात्रा, इन सब का हिसाब लगाया जाना जरूरी था। ये काम शुरुआत से या पुंजियों का इस्तेमाल करता रहा है। चीनियों का गणित बांस के टुकड़ों के सहारे चलता था। मिस्री, यूनानी या बेबीलोन वालों के मुकाबले एक होशियारी चीनियों ने की, वो था कॉलम बनाना। इकाई, दहाई, सैकड़ा, हजार, 10,000, लाख, इस तरह बहुत बड़ी संख्याएं आसानी से जोड़ी घटाई जाने लगी। इसे डेसिमल वैल्यू सिस्टम कहते हैं। आज भी हम इसका इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। चीन की दीवार और मिस्र के पिरामिड तो बन गए, मगर गणित अब अधूरा था। चीनी जोड़ने घटाने के लिए बेस वैल्यू सिस्टम का इस्तेमाल तो कर रहे थे, लेकिन जब बड़े अंक लिखने होते थे तो उसके लिए उन्हें चित्रों का सहारा लेना पड़ता था। मिस्र, मेसोपोटामिया, बेबीलोन, यूनान, चीन, हर जगह लोग अपने कदमों, हाथों की लंबाई या बिकते से नाप तोल कर रहे थे। कई पत्थर, कहीं बांस, कहीं मिट्टी की पट्टी या रेत पर हिसाब लगाने की कोशिश हो रही थी। लेकिन गणित की कहानी में सबसे दिलचस्प मोड़ आया भारत, जिसने गणित की दुनिया और दुनिया के गणित को हमेशा के लिए बदल कर रख दिया। 1 से 9 तक के अंकों का इस्तेमाल चीनी, बेबीलोन वाले भी करते थे, लेकिन भारत के लोगों ने इन नंबरों को लिखना आसान बनाया। मगर कहानी का ट्विस्ट ये नहीं था। इंसान के हाथों में 10 उंगलियां, वह 10 और दहाई को भी समझता था, सैकड़े को, लेकिन उसे लिखा पहली बार भारत ने उसे एक अंक के तौर पर भारत ने लिखा। मार्कस दुसौते बताते हैं, Indians transform zero from a mere placeholder. भारत ने शून्य को पूरा नया रूप दे दिया। ये पहले सिर्फ प्लेस होल्डर के तौर पर था। मिस्र और बेबीलोन वाले शून्य की जगह खाली छोड़ देते थे, लेकिन भारत ने उसे 10वें अंक का दर्जा दिया, 0 से लेकर 9 तक, यानी 10 अंक। इसके बाद तो दुनिया ही बदल गई। बड़े से बड़े अंक को लिखना, उन्हें जोड़ना घटाना अचानक बहुत आसान हो गया, और गणित के पहिए को मानो इंजन मिल गया। शून्य का विचार था सहज, स्वाभाविक। उसकी जड़ें हिंदू दर्शन में पहले से मौजूद थी। मार्कस कहते हैं, In the religions of India, the universe was born out of nothingness, and nothingness is भारत में धार्मिक मान्यता रही है कि सृष्टि की उत्पत्ति शून्य से हुई है, और अंत में सब कुछ शून्य में ही विलीन हो जाता है। जब जीरो को एक संख्या के तौर पर स्वीकार किया गया, तो उसके लिए नाम पहले से हिंदू दर्शन में मौजूद था, शून्य, यानी कुछ भी नहीं। 7वीं सदी के मशहूर दार्शनिक गणितज्ञ ब्रह्मगुप्त ने शून्य के साथ गणना करने का जो तरीका दिया, वो आज भी चलन में है और पूरी दुनिया में स्कूलों में पढ़ाया जाता है। तो ये 1 में शून्य जोड़ने पर 1 ही रहेगा, 1 में से शून्य घटाने पर 1 ही रहेगा, शून्य से गुणा करने पर 0 ही रहेगा। लेकिन शून्य से जुड़ा दूसरा चमत्कार भारत में ही हुआ। ब्रह्मगुप्त के लगभग 500 साल बाद ब्रह्मगुप्त सब कुछ बता गए, मगर एक बात रही, शून्य से किसी संख्या को विभाजित करने पर क्या होगा। इस सवाल का उत्तर दिया 12वीं सदी तक भास्कर। उन्होंने बताया कि शून्य से भाग देने पर परिणाम होगा अनंत। ये अनंत भी हिंदू दर्शन की ही कल्पना थी, जिसमें ईश्वर का स्वरूप अनंत बताया गया है। अनंत के आइडिया को कुछ इस तरह समझ सकते हैं। Brahmagupta's work is about calculating zero, and taught in schools all over the world to this day. अगर आप एक बार काटेंगे तो 2 हो जाएगा। इस तरह 2 से 4, 8, 16 और 32, इस तरह ये क्रम बढ़ता जाएगा, और आखिर में जब हल का आकार 0 हो जाएगा, उसके बाद उसे और टुकड़ों में काटेंगे तो अनंत टुकड़े होंगे, जिन्हें गिनना संभव नहीं होगा। शून्य और अनंत के बाद एक और कमाल भारत में ही होता था। दरअसल भारत दुनिया का पहला देश था जिसके दार्शनिकों ने इस बात को समझा कि अंक सिर्फ गिनने, जोड़ने या घटाने के लिए नहीं है, बल्कि वे अदृश्य और अमूल्य राशियां हैं जो मानवीय कल्पना के गुलाम नहीं है बल्कि स्वतंत्र है, उनका अपना अस्तित्व है। यही वजह थी कि भारत ने दुनिया को नेगेटिव नंबर का आइडिया दिया। मार्कस दुशोते कहते हैं कि भारत गणितज्ञ नेगेटिव नंबर के सिद्धांत से परिचित थे। इस मामले में वे यूरोप से बहुत आगे थे। इसे वे ऋण कहते थे, यानी कर्ज। इसी से शब्द बना ऋणात्मक अंक। जैसे 3 में से 4 घटाने पर क्या होगा? वो शून्य नहीं होगा, वो -1 होगा। ये विचार भारत का था।
Now, a plus b the whole square, right? Okay. So if I have a line, all right, yes, and I have an arbitrary point over here.
समीकरणों यानी इक्वेशन का इस्तेमाल यूनानी, मिस्री, बेबीलोन वाले और चीनी भी कर रहे थे और अपने अपने तरीके से कर रहे थे। अंक गणित, ज्यामिति और समीकरण, ये सब आपको अब जटिल लग रहे होंगे। है एक और जरूरी चीज जो इन सब से जटिल है, उसका नाम है त्रिकोणमिति यानी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री। सुनिए मार्कस क्या कहते हैं उसके
The Indian astronomers could use trigonometry to work out the relative distance.
2 बार जब चांद आधा होता है तो सूरज के ठीक सामने यानी सीधी रेखा में होता है। उस दिन धरती, सूरज और चांद के बीच एक परफेक्ट राइट एंगल यानी समकोण बनता है। वे नाप सकते थे कि धरती और सूरज के बीच बनने वाला कोण 1 डिग्री का 7वां हिस्सा है। त्रिकोणमिति के साइन फंक्शन से पता चलता है कि 1 डिग्री के 7वें हिस्से का मतलब है 1 का अनुपात 400। इसका मतलब यह है कि धरती से सूरज की दूरी चांद के मुकाबले 400 गुना अधिक है। यानी भारतीय गणितज्ञ धरती पर बैठे बैठे अंतरिक्ष नाप रहे थे। एक भारतीय गणितज्ञ ऐसा है जिसका जिक्र किए बिना ये कहानी पूरी नहीं हो सकती। उनका नाम माधव। माधव ने ये साबित किया कि किसी भी संख्या को अनंत टुकड़ों में तोड़ा जा सकता है या किसी संख्या में अनंत टुकड़े जोड़े जा सकते हैं। यानी गौर से सुनिए, 0 और 1 के बीच भी एक अनंत छिपा है, ये बताया माधव। गणित जिनका विषय नहीं है और इन जटिल विचारों से ऊब रहे हैं, उनके लिए एक जरूरी जानकारी। गणित के सबसे जटिल सवाल पाई का मान क्या है, इसका भी जवाब दिया भारत। मार्कस
The mathematician Arabayanta gave a very accurate approximation.
6वीं सदी के भारतीय वैज्ञानिक आर्यभट्ट ने बताया कि पाई का मान 3.1416 है। इसके आधार पर उन्होंने धरती की परिधि को नाप दिया। उन्होंने बताया कि धरती का घेरा 24,835 मील है, जो लगभग सही है, लेकिन पूरी तरह सही नहीं है। इसका पूरी तरह सही उत्तर दिया 15वीं सदी में माधव ने। माधव ने इसके लिए अनंत का सहारा लिया। पाई के बिना इंजीनियरों का काम नहीं चल सकता। पाई दरअसल किसी भी वृत्त के व्यास और परिधि का अनुपात है। जहां कहीं मोड़ या घुमाव आता है, उसे समझने के लिए पाई की जरूरत पड़ती है। अब देखिए, बीजगणित की तो बात ही नहीं हुई इतनी देर, जो अरबों की देन है, अलजबरा। क्या करें, समय ही नहीं मिला। समय भी गणित है। ये बेबीलोन के लोग थे जिन्होंने 1 घंटे को 60 मिनट में, 1 मिनट को 60 सेकंड में बांटा। समय की कहानी फिर कभी समय मिले।
Well, that was a small story and was the contribution of India towards the world of mathematics. We have found out that the number of things that India has given to the world and which has changed the world which we look around. The story of mathematics is just a sequence of steps, and each step shows some progress in the world and the world in which we live. Now, coming back from the story of mathematics to the current scenario about the mathematics, that if a question is asked to many of you that do you fear mathematics, then many of you will say yes, we fear mathematics. But main question is that why do you fear mathematics? That is a simple but complicated one. Why do you fear mathematics? The reason is behind that whenever we go to to solve a mathematical problem, we are associated with the numbers of ideas, number of formulas, number of concepts that come to our mind, and that make us a little bit more confused that which part has to be applied by solving a mathematical problem. That is called as mathematical anxiety. That anxiety is because of the pressure from our family members, from our near one, that आपको मैथ्स में अच्छा करना है, तुमको मैथ्स में अच्छा नंबर लाना है, you have to study mathematics regularly, तुम्हारा मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है, तुम आगे कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. All this statement make a student more and more anxious about doing good in mathematics, and he started to fear. He started to fear not to fail in mathematics. He started to fear what if he do not do good in mathematics. As a result, his anxiety is increases, and which started to panic before and during the examination period. That even in some families, if this is like what we students see, if he see a mathematical question, this is what he imagine of himself. Okay, and he feel that there is a monster running behind him, which is going to eat up, and he started to fear regarding the mathematics. Even in some families, if there one of the child do better in mathematics, it automatically increases the pressure and the burden on the second one to do good in mathematics. Although it is necessary that you should have a basic concept of mathematics, but that pressure, that family pressure, the other one who are doing good in mathematics, it simply increases the pressure and anxiety of the students. Now let us see why does this happen to the student.
When French mathematician Laurent Schwartz was in high school, he started to worry that he wasn't smart enough to solve math problems. Maybe you know a similar feeling. You sit down to take a math test, and you feel your heart beat faster, and your palms start to sweat. You get butterflies in your stomach, and you can't concentrate. This phenomenon is called math anxiety, and if it happens to you, you're not alone. Researchers think about 20% of the population suffers from it. Some psychologists even consider it a diagnosable condition. But having mathematical anxiety doesn't necessarily mean you're bad at math. Not even close. Laurent Schwartz went on to win the Fields Medal, the highest award in mathematics. People might think that they're anxious about math because they're bad at it, but it's often the other way around. They're doing poorly in math because they're anxious about it. Some psychologists think that's because math anxiety decreases a cognitive resource called working memory. That's the short-term memory system that helps you organize the information you need to complete a task. Worrying about being able to solve math problems or not doing well on a test eats up working memory, leaving less of it available to tackle the math itself. People can suddenly struggle with even basic math skills like arithmetic that they've otherwise mastered. Academic anxiety certainly isn't limited to math, but it does seem to happen much more frequently and cause more harm in that subject. So why would that be? Researchers aren't yet sure, but some studies suggest that the way children are exposed to math by their parents and teachers play a large part. If parents talk about math like something challenging and unfamiliar, children can internalize that. Teachers with math anxiety are also likely to spread it to their students. Pressure to solve problems quickly dials up stress even more, and in some cultures, being good at math is a sign of being smart in general. When the stakes are that high, it's not surprising that students are anxious. Even Miriam Mizrakhani, an influential mathematician who was the first woman to win the Fields Medal, felt unconfident and lost interest in mathematics because her math teacher in middle school didn't think she was talented. So if you experience mathematical anxiety, what can you do? Relaxation techniques, like short breathing exercises, have improved test performance in students with math anxiety. Writing down your worries can also help. This strategy may give you a chance to re-evaluate a stressful experience, freeing up working memory. And if you have the chance, physical activity like a brisk walk deepens breathing and helps relieve muscle tension, preventing anxiety from building. You can also use your knowledge about the brain to change your mindset. The brain is flexible, and the areas involved in math skills can always grow and develop. This is a psychological principle called the growth mindset. Thinking of yourself as someone who can grow and improve can actually help you grow and improve. If you're a teacher or parent of young children, try being playful with math and focusing on the creative aspects. That can build the numerical skills that help students approach math with confidence later on. Importantly, you should give children the time and space to work through their answers. And if you're an administrator, make sure your teachers have the positive attitudes and mathematical confidence necessary to inspire confidence in all of their students. Also, don't let anyone spread the myth that boys are innately better than girls at math. That is completely false. If you experience math anxiety, it may not help to just know that math anxiety exists. Or perhaps it's reassuring to put a name to the problem. Regardless, if you take a look around yourself, the odds are good that you'll see someone experiencing the same thing as you. Just remember that the anxiety is not a reflection of your ability, but it is something you can conquer with time and awareness.
Well, that was something related to the math anxiety that many of the students has come across during the mathematical questions or solving the mathematical problem. Now, the more important reason is if the student has that type of anxiety, how we can help him or how the student can help himself to overcome that mathematical anxiety. Now, I'm going to explain find out some of the basic rule why the student suffer this type of anxiety and what are the remedies, what are the solutions of those type of anxiety. Now, some cases may student feel that mathematics is nothing but like a horror movie. Whenever they see numericals, mathematical problem, they started to have shuttle their concepts. They started to their world is upside down and they cannot able to concentrate. They feel exactly like this. They see a mathematical questions and they feel that it is not a question but a Dracula is standing in front of them. And this is what a student feel about a mathematical question. In some cases, maybe let's find out the reason behind the mathematical anxiety. First is no clear concept. This is the first reason why the student does not feel comfortable with the mathematics because they do not know which type of formula, then what type of formula has to be applied. That is the first problem. And second part is the application part. They even do not, if they learn the formula, they do not know how and where to apply that formula because in mathematics, the same questions can be asked in different format or the same question can be solved by the different ways of question. So that most important part is the application part is missing from them. And the third is silly mistakes. They, in hurriedness to solve the questions, in hurriedness to complete the question, they started to make mistakes in their calculation part. It has been observed that they are making mistakes even calculating the fractions, then conversion of unit, or even in some time they make mistake in addition also. As a result, they further increases the anxiety, and the last is time consumption. Once they do not know how to start the problem. It started the time increases the time consumption. As a result, the student continuously gives more and more time. They consume more and more time, irrespective of what the question should take. They are consuming more and more time. That again increases the anxiety to solve the paper, complete the paper, and further they make more and more silly mistakes. Now, this is the basic reason for which students are not finding the mathematics a perfect subject for them. Then we have to find out the solution for this problem. And the solutions of the above problem is like, first is, see, this is what they think the problem is with the mathematics. Why the mathematics cannot solve? Why we are solving the problem of the mathematics? Now, let us discuss some of the important tips and tricks. How to study mathematics, how to make them interesting for the students. First part is to identify the root cause. Yes, this is the main reason. For example, when we go to the doctor, what is this? We first find out what is the problem with us, how and why we have come to the doctor. The first thing is that we have to find out the problem of the mathematical anxiety, and that is not having clear concept. The main problem that the student face during the mathematical questions or solving the questions that they do not have a clear concept. They do not know how to apply. So for that, they have to do continuously practice. This is the main thing. Most of the students think that they can learn the mathematics, which is a wrong concept. They have to do with the practice, and for that they need 4P. 4P is pen, paper, practice, and patience. They have to practice patiently with the help of pen and paper. They have to do and lots of paperwork. They have to maintain the patience because mathematics solutions cannot be obtained in a single time. If you have no concept, you have to go through all the process regarding to the particular question. For that, a student has to some patience regarding the subject. At the same time, they have to do lots of paperwork. Once, if you do the lots of paperwork, you will find that your clear concept is clear, and finally you can do the wonders during the examination. The student can solve the questions right in the given appropriate allotted time, and they can do a good, get a good marks. Second thing is to have a maths buddy. What is maths buddy? Maths buddy is also called as Bade Bhaiya. This Bade Bhaiya will always help you before the examination. What you have the students or the people students to do while practicing the questions? There are certain questions which we can solve easily without any help. Just easily we can solve the questions. But some of them questions are there which need a more concept. We get stuck with that particular problem. For that, we have to make a collection of those type of problem in a separate notebook. And for those notebook, get the help from your friends or your expert teachers and ask them to give more of the questions related to those type of problem which they cannot able to solve their own, which will help them in the examinations because the student will see a multiple type of questions related to the same type of problem, and in the examination they will find that they have already solved similar or familiar type of problem in their copy, which will increase their confidence and will definitely cover up their mathematical anxiety and which definitely help them in the examination. Now the third part is mathematics dictionary. Yes, mathematics dictionary is also important to us. In the mathematics dictionary, just like other normal dictionary, we have to put all the new concepts which we learn, all the things which we learn, we have to put all those formulas along with some two or three related numericals or questions and try to write the concept on your own words, not on the bookish language. Write on your own word, which will explain, which will be helpful to you during the examination. And if you have the collection of all those things, what will happen in the examination? You don't have to cover up the whole book. You just go to the particular dictionary and you get all the important concept, definitions, formula, and will save your time during the examinations and will also help for the save your energy, and it will definitely help to the students. The next part is we have to make one page formula sheet. This one page formula sheet will help to mug up the formulas, write these formulas and stick wherever you want going to study in your table or in your study room. The student will take a review of this formula time to time, and definitely the last moment revision will going to help them with this formula sheet. The last one is mathematical game. If you find the mathematics is a very boring subject and still after putting lots of effort you are not able to uh, find the mathematics as an interesting one, try this one, mathematical games. There are many websites which will provide you the small themes which will definitely increase your interest in mathematics, especially in the word problems, fractions, integers, decimals, and related to time and speed questions, in which it will help the student out. These are the giving the some list of the formulas, website address, which the student can visit and definitely help them around. Now, this is what how we can overcome the mathematical anxiety. Now, the second part is the importance of mathematics in our daily life. Now, importance of mathematics in daily life is just like we have already discussed that whenever we go to the nearby surrounding or the nearby market, we are always there with dealing with the some part of other with the mathematics. We are either we are going for the shopping or even we going for the some tour and trips. We always make the find out the mathematics around us. Now I'm just discussing the 10 important things of mathematics which we directly or indirectly are associated with. First one is like this: mathematics is good for brain. The mathematics, just like we do the physical exercise, we also need to exercise with our brain, and that the mathematics help us a lot to for the development of the children and the development of the brain. Maths will help you in the finance. Maths make you a better cook. Maths help you for the better solving skill, help in the career, and there are multiple options in the mathematics as a career also. It is also helpful for the fitness. It helps us to understand the world, time management, and definitely to save money. Now, for the mathematics is good for brain. The study has been done, and it shows that if the student is solving mathematical problems in regular intervals, it definitely have a higher growth rate as compared to other students. Apart from that, the student also solve mathematical problem which act as a brain exercise. This brain exercise numericals can be very short questions, just like adding the two numbers, adding three-digit numbers, multiplying them without using pen and paper. These are the ways by which we can grow or we can help our brain to develop further. Then mathematics also help with finance. Definitely, if you get a salary, how much amount you have to spend on your traveling, how much money you want to set aside to buy a new thing, how the cost of your livelihood can be increased or decreased, that has to be calculated with the help of mathematics. We have to make a budget, and accordingly we spend the money which we have already calculated. In this, the salary person used the mathematics to calculate the expense. Likewise, a businessman used the math to calculate their profit and loss, which type of business is profitable, and no, that is again calculated with the help of maths. Maths help us to cook better. Simple cooking of food, a simple dish require a mathematical knowledge. We are using a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of turmeric, and so on. That is for a limited person food. But in the case if there are multiple people, if you have some guests are coming now, suppose that 7 to 8 guests are coming, you have to make the food. We automatically use the mathematical calculation and increases the ingredients accordingly to make a very good delicious food. We again take the help of mathematics. That is a part, that is a basic mathematics skill which we require. Mathematics again help to problem solving skill. Problem solving is one of the most important factor in our life. Math is one of the most efficient way to increase our analytical thinking. As mentioned earlier, it also helps us to improve our logical thinking, both analytical and logical. If a person is good in mathematics, he definitely give a better logical thinking regarding as compared to other person, and that is because of the mathematics. Almost every career uses mathematics. As I have discussed that even arts and music require a basic knowledge of mathematics. Without a proper knowledge of shape and size, we cannot use mathematics as a in the field of art and music. Even for the medicine also, even for the experimental purpose also, we need a basic knowledge of mathematics. Mathematics itself provides a great career options. There are multiple MNCs, multinational companies, they are hiring the person who are good in mathematics because it is assumed that they have a higher complex solving capacity as compared to others. They help in their finance, they help in their cost estimation in their businesses. They also have a good importance of mathematics, not to limited mathematician that, but it is also limited involved in the fashion designing also, in the chef, tailor, and so on. Mathematics is also used for the fitness. If you go for the gym, they used to calculate your body ratio, body mass ratio, and according to that, they give the training instruction, which type of exercise is mandatory for you. Along with that, they make a diet chart with the timetable and the amount of calories. They used to calculate the calories, what amount of calories you require, what percentage of food will contain protein, fat, and so on. That again require a basic mathematical knowledge. Now, mathematics help you to understand the world. Everything we see in the nature, we see that it is even the mass offer us a golden ratio formula, which allow us to get the beauty of anything. If you want to judge the beauty of something, then you can perform the golden ratio on that things to declare it's beautiful or not. Apart from that, we can also find mathematical figure in the real world, like hexagonal, beacon, spider web, triangular mountain, and many more. These all are associated with the mathematics. And the most important, time management. Time is a key to success for everyone. Therefore, we have to be more calculative for the time management. Math will definitely help you to do better in the time management. The importance of time is reflected in time management tasks also. As I have earlier discussed, when we go to the school, we first of all manage the time, what is the time and how we are going to reach the school on time. Apart from that, we used to manage the time efficiency for the continuation of classes also. Now, time, money is saved with the help of mathematics also. As maths help us to calculate our finance, it also help us to save money. Most of the time, we spend money on unwanted stuff, and at the end of the month, we make a calculation. What are the basic things on which we have spent an appropriate amount of money, or on which stuff we have spent unusual money? That help us to make a budget for the next coming purpose. Now, math is also a part of our daily life. This is a small video is there. See.
math problems have no practical application. This is far from the case. Without realizing it, we utilize mathematical principles and problem-solving skills daily. Everything around us follows the rules of mathematics, and if we don't comprehend them properly, life might be difficult. Here are a few reasons why mathematics is a potent and extraordinarily valuable tool. First is it strengthens your brain. Math will help you step out of your comfort zone. It makes you comfortable at first, but once you comprehend the concept, it can help improve your confidence and supply you with the courage that you need to accept the mistakes you've made. Those that pursue math are generally proficient at multitasking and making detail-oriented observations. Math will also help you do well in other ventures that you may be interested in, such as playing musical instrument, video games, knitting, sewing, and virtually any sport. Second is it improves critical thinking. Critical thinking helps us make impartial conclusions, considering all elements of a topic, dispelling myths, and making reasonable judgments will help you make wise decisions. Using all the information you have to come to a clear conclusion about how to solve a problem can help you make other decisions in life. Third is it helps you manage finances. Financial decisions require math. You make these small and big financial choices, such as tipping your waiter, understanding sales tax, etc. Understanding money, risk, and return will benefit your future. Math won't be your career, but it will follow you. Cashiers may be responsible for basic math. Trigonometry may be needed in construction. Healthcare workers must calculate dosages, BMI, etc. To calculate when to leave for school and how long past day, you'll need basic understanding of time management. Math moves to reasoning and analysis. That's why it develops your problem-solving skills. Analytical thinking evaluates the world, while rationality is the basis of reasoning. You can use the same strategies to frame a problem, figure out what you know and what you don't know, and solve it in many different situations. Math is a universal language. Sure, math is mostly equations, numbers, and some Greek letters, but math understands the same virtually all over the world, and who knows, maybe all the universe. That's why it is a universal language. A math equation doesn't need to be translated into another language to be understood by someone on the other side of the planet. A mathematical law doesn't change because someone has a different religion than you or speaks a different language from you. 5 plus 5 equals 10 in every single place on planet Earth. Pretty cool, right? The universality of math is one of the many things that make it such a powerful tool and indeed an essential life skill. And lastly, it is everywhere. Living a math-focused environment without knowing mathematics is like strolling through a museum blindfolded. Math can help you perceive the world in new ways. It's everywhere. In summary, mathematics is vital to life success. Do you agree? The laws of mathematics are found everywhere, even in nature, and the problem-solving abilities we develop by doing our math homework or problem sets may be used to solve issues in various areas of our lives. Even while many people may grumble that math is difficult or dull, the truth is that without math, life would be far less fascinating than it could be.
Well, I hope this video has made my point clear that the importance of mathematics in our life. Going to the last section of my presentation, uh, sometime most of us has come about to the students. They say, okay, what if the world is without mathematics? Why there is mathematics? what will happen to us if there is no mathematics? Why do we need to study mathematics? Simple question is that, do you, the students who fear mathematics, think that if there is no mathematics, their life will be simple, their life will be less complicated? The answer is no. If there is no mathematics, your life will become more complicated as you think it is with the mathematics. Because without the mathematics, there will be no road, no infrastructure, no buildings, no technology, no measurement, and if there is no mathematics, there is no experiment. And if there is no experiment, that means there is no medicine. Therefore, we need mathematics for our survival. So, the world without mathematics is almost impossible to imagine that the world, if there is no mathematics. Small video is there regarding the use of mathematics. Now, this video has explained everything in just without saying a single word, that how the mathematics will be if in the world, if there is, how the world will be if there is no mathematics at all. Now, with this, I come to the end of my presentation, that mathematics is the problem and the solution is also the problem. That is, बस भी यही है और दवा भी यही है. Now, for Omar, I'm giving such a beautiful time. And today is dangerous. I know everyone looking out for the watch, clock, and to go for the shopping. All the best for that. And I hope that while shopping, you also carry the mathematics along with you to make. Happy Danteras, thank you for watching my presentation.
Thank you. It was a very nice presentation. You have discussed a lot of things about mathematics. Because without mathematics, it's very difficult. We cannot life without mathematics. So I think this is a nice presentation. Thank you all of you and Girish also.
Thank you, sir.
And we have there some ahead to all of you. And then Girish, when next session?
On Tuesday, sir. Tuesday, it will be in morning, 11 o'clock.
Morning. We'll meet on Tuesday, around the morning.
Yes.
Now, just this is for us.
सर लीव करें?
बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था, उससे पहले ही बोलना जरूरी था। लीव करने से पहले। बहुत अच्छा रहा। जेंट्स टीचर का तो मान रख लिया। अच्छा, वेरी गुड।